Today, I would like to tell you how you can read the story that the Facebook Ad Manager is telling you, how you can make sense of the data, how you can understand exactly what it is happening on your funnel when you start running ads, or if you are running ads since a while. How do you really make sense of that? Because you go and ask agencies, they are giving you reports, but do you really understand what is happening? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you for this specific kind of funnel that I'm doing videos for, which contain an ad campaign that leads people to a landing page, which has a CTA that is triggering a pop-up, that triggers a quiz, and finally they end up on the thank you page. I will show you for this specific funnel how you can make sense of the data within the Facebook Ad Manager by using the right column in the right order. So every time you go into it, you just have a look at it and you know everything you need to know. I will use this funnel since this is the one I'm working on right now, but you can definitely get insight from this video for any kind of Facebook advertising project you are working with, because we are going to go through every single element, and you can reuse it for any campaign, basically. So enough talking, let's go into it and start by the beginning. So before even we start talking about what is happening on the funnel, the first thing I would like to explain is how do we structure it. The first thing is you can just completely forget the pre-made template that Facebook is giving you. It's basically never useful for any kind of funnel. So you need to customize your columns to make sense of it. And the way you want to customize your columns is to have them in the same direction of the story of the customer. And before even that, this is where it starts, you want to start by what is happening with Facebook. So let's get more practical. We have the campaign name, we have the status, that is important. I'm only looking at the campaign level here, and it doesn't matter because it's the same for every level. So we have the delivery, nothing to say about that. Then this is the budget. So this is what you are about to spend daily. Then you have the amount you spend. Okay, that is what is going on now. But then we move on to those three columns, KPIs, that are what is Facebook ads delivering for you. First one is impression. It stands for how many times your ad was printed on the screen, whatever the screen, whatever screen it is. Then there is reach. Reach is how many people have seen your ad. So some people could have seen the ad several times. And in this case, you see that by looking at the frequency. The higher the frequency, the more the people have seen your ads several times. Sorry if I'm not explaining myself properly, but I think you get the point. What does that mean already here? When you see the frequency going up, it can mean several things. One thing it can mean is your market is extremely low. So very quickly, Facebook is showing the ad to the same person. At least not the market, but the potential audience that could resonate with your ad is really low. It can also go up if you are using, for example, Advantage Plus campaign, which is using the best of the algorithm. And in this case, Facebook will classify some ads as ads it will use to retarget people, to only reach a certain kind of people that are already really warm. And in this case, this ad will see a very high frequency, but it's not a bad thing. If you reach the target market, the total addressable market, because you scaled so high, so quickly, so hard, at some point, that could be a wrong thing. If your ads are reaching 3 in frequency, that's something you need to look at a little bit deeper. Okay, so that is for what is happening, how Facebook is delivering the ad. But now, how much does it cost to deliver your ad? And this is where CPM is coming. CPM is cost per mille, is the price you have to pay to show the ads to show your ads to people. And this is an extremely tricky number because it can go up and down depending on so many factors. The first factor is the fact that Facebook ads, Meta ads, is an auction platform. The more advertisers are trying to reach a certain kind of people, the higher the price to reach this kind of people. For example, if you are running ads with a purchase objective, which means you already only want to target people that are willing to purchase your product on a market that is extremely low, for example, real estate, let's say, then the CPM will be already really hard, right? Because just the fact that you try to reach out to them costs you. But that's not all, because the CPM can also vary depending on how people like your ads, how people engage with your ads, how people comment your ads. And the reason for that is because the ultimate goal of Facebook is to win attention. And how does Facebook win attention while delivering the best results for businesses that are advertising? Is by prioritizing the ads that are giving the best experience to Facebook customer, Facebook user. So practically, it means that the CPM is a number that you see as a consequence of what is happening on your campaign. Depending on your market, it can be very high or very low. Depending on your campaign objective, it can be high or low. If you are looking for purchase, it's already higher than if you are looking for traffic or lead, it just depends. Or if you just look for traffic for a mascara website, then it will be extremely low. If you look for purchase for real estate, it will be extremely high. So this is one factor. And then if your ad is triggering an emotion, if your ad is generating a lot of engagement, a lot of likes, a lot of comments, then the CPM will go down and down and down. The more the CPM is going down, the more you can show your ads for the same price. So hopefully, the more people engage with your ads, the lower the CPM is going down. So this is something to always look at. You can't act on it directly, but you can act on it indirectly by making ads that people love and trying to reach out different kind of pockets of audience in the market. Okay, that was a long one for CPM, but it deserves it because it's extremely important actually. Okay, now we start going through, we went on what do we set up for our campaign? How is Facebook delivering the campaign? How much does it cost? And now we start looking at how are users interacting with our campaign. And the first thing you want to look at is unique outbound CTR. It's really extremely important to know what CTR you are looking at, and you can have a look at a video that I've made on my channel about specifically this kind of CTR. And I'm not going to go too much deep into it. If you want, you can just go and watch the other video. But if you need to choose one CTR to look at, it's the unique outbound, because this is the more real because it shows you how many actual people clicked on your ad. Not how many clicks did you get, but how many people did click on your ad. So that's the first thing you want to look at. You can look at 1,000 other things, but CTR is the most important to see if there is reaction when they see your ad. Then this many people seeing the ads this percentage of people clicking, this ends up to a certain amount of click, which ends up to a certain price per click. Every column I'm showing you here, you can simply go ahead and customize column. You get rid of every column that you don't want to have, and you look for the ones that I'm showing you, and you order them in the same order as I'm showing you right now. So we are here. The cost per outbound click, so the cost per person clicking on your ads, is depending on the price you pay to show your ads, the CPM, and the percentage of people that click when seeing your ads. That gives you your cost per click. Obviously, the lower the cost per click, the better the global performance. And for that, to lower this number, you can act on two different things. But in the end, it's always just making better ads, because if you make better ads, people click more on it. If people click more on it and engage with it, the CPM goes down too. So what happens when someone click on the ad? They are sent to your website, to your landing page. Let's have a look back to the funnel I'm talking about. So those are our campaign. Then they arrive on the landing page. And in Facebook, there is one event that you don't have to set up that is automatically tracked. It's landing page view. It means when someone clicks on an ad and arrive on your website, if you have the pixel, obviously you have the pixel on your website, but it requires the person to stay long enough on the website, so it is firing the pixel on the website, and Facebook knows there is someone landing on the page. And as you can see, you have a difference between unique outbound clicks and landing page views. Landing page views are not a person per person. It can trigger several times for the same person, but it doesn't matter. Generally, it doesn't really happen. What's important here to understand is, why is there a discrepancy between outbound clicks, unique outbound clicks, and landing page views? Two reasons for that. The first one is people are bouncing. Your website is too slow, not interesting enough. They are not intrigued enough, so they click because, I don't know, the image was nice, the video was nice, they click, but it's too long, they just don't bother, they move on. That's one reason. Second one is the tracking. You can do whatever you want. In the end, as soon as we pass this step of the journey, that we go from the Facebook platform, which is accurate, to your website, you only rely on the tracking that you have on your website, which means either it's the pixel, and that's most people will have, or it's with the conversion API, with some more advanced businesses will use. More the conversion API, just to say a word about it, mostly work when to transfer back data from Facebook. Data means emails, addresses, so Facebook can know who was on the website. But at this exact step, you mostly rely on the pixel, and the pixel is stopped by every ad blocker. Apple is working a lot to prevent Facebook from tracking from everywhere anyway. So this is why you will, the biggest reason is tracking. So you will have more outbound clicks than landing page views. And to track that, I like to have a variable that I call click loss, which means if I go here, it's a custom metric that is doing landing page views divided by unique outbound clicks. And that just gives you an overview, just that you know, okay, when I'm looking at the data after this point, I know I'm only 80% accurate. The data that I'm looking at represent 80% of the potential people on the website. Okay, so that's for click loss. And that just brings me to show you how do you create such a metric, which is, if you look at customized column here, you won't find it. So you need to click it to create it for yourself. So you go and click custom metrics, and here you just type landing page views divided by, we said, unique outbound clicks. And there you have it. You put it in percentage, and I always choose only you. Who can access it? Only me, because as soon as you move to everyone that has access to the business, then you can never remove this metric. Could be a good thing, but I like to be able to move it the way I want, so I always do it for me, so I can delete it if I need it. Okay, let's move on. So people are here. We have talked about the landing page view event that you don't have to set up. Now people are scrolling the page, and on your page you can have several things happening. In this case, we only have one CTA we track. The only outcome of this page, there are two outcomes: either they leave or they click on the call to action, which will trigger the pop-up. And in order to know if people are actually clicking, then we use the setup, the setup manager. Sorry, let me just open it on the side. Okay, so I was just opening it here, so I make sure there is no data I don't want to show. But basically you go here, all tools, event manager, which will open your pixel. And here is the pixel I want to show you. And as you can see, we have several events firing. The page view is the basic event that every time the pixel fires, it creates an event page view. Start trial and subscribes are the two events I'm going to show you right now that we have set up. And lead is our final event that we also have set up. How do we set it up? You go to settings, and then you open the setup tool, it is called. You open the setup tool, and what it says is, give me the URL of the page, and then I will open it. I'm not going further here because you will understand where you are there. You just open it, you put the URL of, for example, the landing page here. It will open it, and then you can click on the button and say, this button, I want it to be this event. In our case, we have chosen for the button here, the event, it's start trial. When start trial event fires, it means someone has clicked on one of the buttons. And then you can do the same also for URL. For example, the lead event is when someone lands on the thank you page. So you can say with the same tool, you can say, if someone is on this page, please trigger the lead event. If you go back here, the other one I'm going to show you, which is subscribe, we have set it up when someone click on the button on the pop-up, which means someone starting the quiz. So we can see the different steps here. Let's go back to the ad manager. Trial started. This is the event when someone click on the button on the landing page. So now I know how many people are landing on the page, and I know how many people are clicking on the button of the landing page. So I can create a custom metric that you can see here, trial started divided by landing page view. That gives me the exact conversion rate, obviously depending on the tracking programs that we have, but at least it gives me a very good idea of the conversion rate from the moment that people land on the page to the moment that they go to the next step, which is opening the pop-up. So I know exactly how the page is working. That's this step of the journey. Then let's move on. We have the exact same thing. I remember I told you, I said subscription is someone clicking on the button that is located on the pop-up just to start the quiz. In our case, here you can see we have for subscription. It's not subscription, you get it, right? This is just the name of the event. Subscription means someone clicking on the button in the pop-up. And you can see that from 6 people that have seen the pop-up, only 4 of them decided to move further, which means here you can already see things happening. You can see if your ad is performing well. If the ad is performing well, maybe you just don't have to work on the ad, right? But then you look at, okay, what's happening now? People are landing on the page, and maybe here, let's take an example. Maybe imagine here it's 80%. 80% of the people landing on the page are clicking on the CTA, which means you have a very good copy. You really attract people. But then they see a pop-up that explains them the next step. And here, imagine you would have only 1. It means the pop-up is not converting. For some reason, they don't go to the next step. In this case, you know exactly where you need to work. You just need to test different pop-ups because you can attract people on the website. You show them something, they click, but they are disappointed, they leave. Just work on the pop-up. If you see a big drop-off here, your ad is working really well, and here no one sees the pop-up, you don't want to work on your pop-up or on your quiz or on anything else, on your email flow. You want to work on the page because people are not convinced, they are not even clicking on the button, right? And another example would be if you have 80%. So from the people that land on the page, they all do the quiz and then they generate leads. You have an amazing conversion rate. You don't want to work on the page. You want to work on the ads if the ads are not working well. I hope you start seeing what I mean here. We are looking at the journey of the customer, which gives you all the different steps so you know exactly where to work. And I think that's a problem that it is so overwhelming to create a funnel and to understand what's happening and to know what to do. This is because there is so few people that really get into this understanding of each step of the funnel and how does it work. So you prioritize your work only on the things that matter. Next step. I talk a lot, I know. Some people in the comments say that I talk way too much, but I have things to say, so I do, right? Okay, so we are at the point that people have clicked on the pop-up and they start the quiz. The next event we tracked in the case of this funnel, but again, you can adapt that to your business, to your funnel, whatever, is the thank you page. We just say if someone has gone through the quiz and finished the quiz, it brings them to the thank you page, and that means for us, we have the email address. This is a lead. Cool. How do we know that? We do it by the setup manager, setup tool, I always forget, saying if someone is on this page, this is a lead. Here you can see we have 2 leads. So you can see already that there is something that this is not the conversion rate of the quiz. Conversion rate is a metric that I've created myself. That's my way to name it. But I don't want to add too many different metrics. I don't want to look at everything either. It's okay. Here, I'm just trying to understand the general conversion rate of the page, which means lead divided by landing page views. How many people from all the people that we successfully brought on our landing page, how many of them ended up as a lead? That's the CVR, but you can call it the way you want. It doesn't matter. I could, if I wanted, have had another, metrics or 2 other metrics to say, or only one actually, to say how many people from the one that start the pop-up, how many of them are finishing the quiz. So I would have the conversion rate of the quiz. I don't do it because I have a better, in the quiz tool I'm using, I have better insights, it's more precise, so I'm just not doing it on Facebook ads. But I could have if I wanted to. Okay, so we have the last one here is cost per lead. I guess you understand it. How much does it cost for us to have a lead? It's just, that's the end result of your funnel when you are getting leads. I want to show you, before I end up this video, I want to show you 2 more things. how do you track videos, the performance of a video? It's not here because I am only using images for this campaign. But if I want to track videos, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to, wait a second. So I am going to create a hook rate. Write it here, right. Meaning this is the metric that will tell you how many people are sticking to your video when they see it. And to do that, you look at 3-second video plays divided by impressions. And done only for you. Done. It appears here. Okay. And then you put it wherever you want and you save. All right, I have the first one. So if I would have video here, I would see actually a percentage. And sorry, I forgot to put it as percentage here. I would see a percentage, which would tell me how many people are sticking to the intro of my video. And the second thing is the hold rate, which means how many people get through the video to a point that is counted as an actual view of the video. And that is decided by Facebook with an event that's called through play. And let me create the metrics. So you have it. Customize column, create custom metrics, through plays divided by impression. And you call that hold rate. Again, percentage, and done. Through plays is, I don't know if I have the exact definition here. I think it's about 30 seconds. When it goes up to 30 seconds, it counts as a true play. And if it's less than 30 seconds, the whole video, then Facebook decide when it is. I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me on this. But this is the best. This is what marketers are using to find out if a video is working well. And by the way, I've learned that on the channel from Dara Dene, which is an awesome Facebook ads marketer. And I definitely recommend you to check it out and subscribe if you want to learn a lot about Facebook ads. Okay. What are the last metrics that you can look at? You don't have to, but you can look at them. I like to know what's the engagement on my campaign. And the reason for that, so you can have engagement rate ranking, and you only see, I already have it, but you only see that in the ad set level. You're gonna have page post engagement. Everything that is related to engagement, you can check it out and try to analyze, because the more engagement, the more shares, the more comments you have, the better it is to bring the CPM down. And when you start looking at the patterns between how is your engagement going on certain ads and what's the CPM, you would see that there is a correlation between them. So even though it's not something you want to look at first, and this is why it goes at the very end of my video, it is something important when you really try to get deep on understanding what it is going on your campaign. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned, and that now when you will open your business, your Facebook Ads Manager, everything will make sense and you can read the story that the data tell you. I love this sentence. If you haven't watched it yet, I really suggest that you, at least if you are in the process of launching a business and you haven't watched this video, I show you this complete framework that brings you from ideation to learning about the customer by using a quiz discovery funnel, then creating waiting list, and then finally launch your product with an email sequence. So again, if you are in the process of launching the business, just watch this video and I see you just there. Bye-bye. See you.